The Monster Shop Creepy Tutorials.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Monster Shop. Before I start the video today, I just want to take a couple seconds out to give my daughter some props, because she's the one that did the voiceover underneath my logo, and I think she did a fantastic job. Matter of fact, if you guys think that she did a fantastic job, leave a comment down below and let me know what you think. And while you're there, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel so you can stay up to date on the newest videos that I post. Alright, so this is not a traditional type of video that I usually post. I do actually try to record all the props that I make, and the process it takes to make them, but I wasn't really planning on making a full-length video of this one because it's kind of in the middle of summer when I started it and I was really busy at the time. So, I just went over and, added all these clips together so that you guys could get a good visual on, some of the work that was involved in this. Basically, to give you guys a heads up of what I did, the heads itself I did pick up at a local flea market. It was a Halloween flea market, and I got a really good deal on them. But then I got home, and I'm like, what am I going to use these for? So, I did want to use them in some sort of display. So since I could not get my hands on a Home Depot grave robber this past year and the prior year, because they're always sold out, I decided just to make my own. So, using the Reindeer Motors I had laying around, I actually, believe it or not, used speaker stands to hold them up, and it actually worked out pretty well. I went down to the dollar store and grabbed some pool noodles just to, for support and so forth. And, whatever I had laying around, like this hat here I had laying around in storage for a while from a prop, so I roughed it up using a grinder. Whatever I could find laying around, I would use towards this prop, whether it be pieces of wood and so forth, a ton of wire ties. The majority of these videos I've been just trying to work with the right angle and how to get the animatronic part of it working, as far as like the reindeer motor and the movement. So as you could see, I've taken a lot of clips of just the raw movement. This one I tilted the head down a little bit farther to see where it's going to be. I did play around since I was making two of them, and I had the two heads. They're kind of like brothers. I was originally going to make the one really tall, and then I was going to make this one here a lot shorter. As you can tell right now, that was what I was going for in this video. Is the length of the arms, and then the length of them, the guy in the background was going to be a lot shorter. This actually right here was pretty cool. I had this spare bracket from something. I don't even know where it came from, and it worked out perfect. So the rod that I bent over slid right in there, so it was able to give me some of the arm movement, which I wanted, because I wanted these to be, I wanted the heads to move, and of course I wanted these the arms to move as well. As you could tell in this video, the lantern, hands down the best purchase I've ever made. I think these are really cool. I got them from Amazon. I will put the link in the descriptions. It is a plastic. It's fairly light, but however, I do want to note that the glass, the glass area is actual glass. I actually cracked one on accident, so I had to get a replacement. However, it works phenomenal. They have a light in it, which you'll see in the upcoming video. It's like the flickering light, and they work great. And one of the best things about it is that they're battery powered and they have a remote, which is hands down the best thing ever when you have multiple props to turn on Halloween night and in your display. So yeah, so some of these here, this one at first was my favorite. This guy, I just like the way his hair was, receding. He has a receding hairline, and he just looked kind of creepy. The one thing I did not like was I used this old suit coat that I had laying around, and I roughed it up, and I just didn't think it looked right. I think it looked too full, made him really kind of look chunky. Other than, since he's obviously dead, he should be kind of skinny and emaciated. So you will tell down the road that I did land up switching some of the gear out. But this guy was the first guy that I worked on at first to try to get the gist of things, and then I would move over to the other guy, the other brother. As you can tell, he's just hanging out while I work on the other one. Oh, here we go, perfect timing. Now I jumped over to the other brother. And this one was pretty cool because I actually was able to move his arm a little high up in the air, so it kind of looked like he was peering out into the graveyard. I'm gonna have he will have the lantern on him, and it looked like he was peering out into the darkness to try to find the graves he's gonna rob. So that one was pretty cool. I tinkered around with putting the hair up in his hat. I didn't know whether I wanted the hair down or up, but ultimately I think it looked better down. As you can hear, they are here. This was one of my preliminary. I had an old coat from my grandfather up the attic that I actually used to try it out first, but the sleeves were too short for this one, so I had to take a run to the Sally's and see what else I could find at the thrift store. But here, like I said, here is a visual of what the lights look like on the lanterns. They look really cool. Honestly, like when you shut the lights off on these things, and these are flickering in the light in the dark, and you can see the faces coming to life. It's pretty impressive. Oh, how can I forget paint day? Paint day was fun. I just didn't want these all to look, with the blue pool noodles I had, so I spray painted them all black. They look a lot better. Here's some visuals at night. This was in my garage at night, and I think it turned out pretty cool. It looked really cool. This one here, this is the Salvation Army trench coat, the score that I found, and I actually found the shirt that this one was wearing. It was a tuxedo shirt, and it had the frills in it. It was pretty cool. So I spent some time at the grinder that day and roughing everything up, and then I think I tea stained the shirt to make it look a little darker. This is the first brother I was working on. It still has that suit on, but it was more or less just I was having problems with the arm movement there. It just was not looking right at the time. So this is down the basement. This is down my basement when we're doing some lighting tricks, trying to just see what the lights look like on them, and the costumes. As you could tell on the left side, I just did not like that suit he had on. It just took too long. It just didn't seem right, for the guy. The brother on the right, he looked phenomenal. I think just the way I found the coat I found, and then just the old tuxedo shirt and the hat for that guy on the right looks just really cool. It just looked like he was just creepy as all hell. This video shot here is just me trying to figure out their movements. I just wanted to make sure that they weren't working on the same type of movements at the same time, so I'm trying to have their head movements timed a little differently. There was a lot of trickery in this one where you have to shorten and extend the rods and so forth just to make their arms move a lot better. So this is just standalone. These are just pictures I took at the time. As you can tell, this is he has a new raincoat, a new trench coat here. So funny story with this one is I actually stole this trench coat off my wife. It was in the closet and she hasn't worn it in years, so I took it, roughed it up, and I used it on the prop. So she wasn't that happy with me when I did it, but it was for the greater good of Halloween. So I think they look a lot better together now. It just looks really cool. I think these guys look cool together. What I did was around there's my little dog. But on Halloween, when I decorated, these guys were on the side of my door of my house, and I had them set up, plugged in, and it was really cool. I don't think I have any videos of that from this year, but it really, really made a cool front entrance of my house having these guys there. So this is something that I'm actually kind of proud of. It took me a while to make them, but I really didn't spend a lot of money on it as well, creating it. Maybe the heads cost me $15 at the flea market for the two of them. I had the speaker stands laying around. Maybe the jacket might have cost $3, $4 at the thrift store. Other than that, and just a couple pool noodles, and really, I had the reindeer motors laying around. I think, yeah, you know what? Thinking about it, I think maybe the most expensive part would have been the lanterns. That they weren't super expensive, but just considering the whole cost I had, to build this thing. It was actually luckily that I had a lot of it, saved up around my house and so forth. So yeah, I think I really like the way these things turned out, and I'm really happy. I'm looking forward to putting them out every year, and building onto them, maybe building a scene with them or something like that in the upcoming Halloween season. But we'll see how it goes. Well, once again, I just want to thank everybody for sitting through this video just to watch, the progress I made on these guys. It really means a lot that you guys are taking a liking to my videos, and I'm hoping to do a lot more in the near future. I do have a lot of content on my phone from previous years that I'm putting out now, and I'm going to start filming some new content as soon as possible. So I got a lot of things planned for this year, and I hope you guys stick with me and grow this channel so we can continue to do more.